All right. Hello, hello. It's Thursday evening. We are back 7 p.m. live with Liberty Aid Academy and our founder and friend, Jack McCaig, CPA, legendary trust author. I don't know how many other things I can think of, but I'll work on that. So it'd take up most of the show from now on.
We could use it all way. Here's Johnny.
Here's- That one's taken already. We got to think up something original for you.
That's right. No. It was there. I was like,
yes, classic. Like you hadn't heard that one. Like I haven't heard "Here Comes the Judge."
Right.
So, very good. So, well,
for a minute,
I was in on the secret today. The title of the show is Flash Sale. So, here you go, giving out the goods today.
Yeah,
making it happen.
It's just for this evening, though. We had it, during the day and a few more hours. People, I mean, if money's tight, you should be taking money from the government and giving them zero. Let's just, flat out, this is how you do that. So, and many other good things, but just financially, don't give them money and they give you money. That's just, get the trust, own nothing, control everything, take their money. Come on, people. We got to do this stuff. I mean, I'm an accountant, so I'm helping you. Okay. Annoyingly, though, I didn't invent money. I'm not like, my wife's like, you like money. I was like, no, I'm the opposite. I really just don't I like to, not have to think about it every second of the day and everything like that. Maybe if we get a little breathing room up in here, and this is how you get it, people. So we're, that's why we're having a little sale here. Jump in, get every course of the entire school, my mentorship, right? And then a classroom you get in, which is a private forum. Not like Facebook or nothing like that. It's just for the school. It's like a classroom. Everybody's in there that's doing this work. So all these index topics that we do and solve and show proof of is, it's really incredible what's happening at the school. And I started off sending out like emails to people, when I started this 13 years ago, something like that, for the debt stuff. And then I'd set, I'd update it and I got a new thing. You got to see this, and eventually turn it into this school. And while, everybody's like work in the classroom and in that forum, the information in there and how it's taking off is just mind-boggling. You have to see it to believe it. Really, it's such great work everyone's doing right now. It's wonderful to witness that and help.
And there's a teacher's pet right there. Kimberly Miller in the house. Greetings, family.
No doubt. This lady is one of the great ones, and we have a lot of them.
Annie Taylor, hello. Good to be here. Yes, welcome.
Good to see you.
This is a new name for me. Greetings, John. Joe Cannon. I'm not going to try the last one, but welcome.
Yeah. Walk it on. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's really like, I wish I had an unpronounceable name, man. That would have been a great, every day of school would have been like, shit, man, this is going to be funny, watch this. But I already had an element of that, and they never would know it ever got McCaig right. It was always McCraig. And there was a dude in my class, his last name was Battle, but it had like an AI in it, and everyone was like Battalion. So me and him are always in the same, first day of school, and we would see each other, I'd be like Battalion, he'd like McCraig, that's what we would call each other. So, I didn't have as cool a name as this, but I had a semi-minor unpronounceable.
Pauletta's here. Good evening, John.
All right,
Charles or Jay Fox?
Pauletta, to the homies there,
and Pamela Poe.
And
hello.
Teacher's pet here, Pamela. Hey, Pam.
You did turn on your Instagram, didn't you?
Oh my God. Illinois is that? Oh, I have it right here. Thank you, though. I
Sure.
do have a couple people over there that really.
Yeah, well, we don't wanna cut them out. We don't
I
need to
know.
take them off. I'll take this moment to remind everybody, please like, share, and subscribe, to the show wherever you're calling in from. Most of the viewers here are from YouTube tonight, but we're broadcasting live on, Twitter or X, as they call it now, and the Facebook page. So, you can watch from all 3 of those locations, and if you follow what's your handle on Instagram that you're broadcasting from now?
It's Liberty Aid Academy.
Liberty
So
Aid Academy. So look for it on Instagram as well.
yeah,
But the 3 here, you can ask your questions live. So feel free, have at it. Anything you're working on, thinking of, wish you could do, bring it forward, and we'll have it. And you know what? I'm going to put the invite in there in case anybody wants to jump up here, like last week or the week before when we had some students come in and jump in the room with us. I'll put that up there. So if you see this link, you can click on that. You'll be in the room with us and come up and say hello.
yeah, that'd be
Charles saying, just saw you got Amtrak credit card.
Yes,
You got an Amtrak credit card?
I did today. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I got another one too. I got some cool credit card stuff to talk about. Definitely, it's great. The grandson's up in North Carolina somewhere, so it's like taking Amtrak from like Tampa or Lakeland is one method for getting it up there, and it's kind of convenient. But man, they got a great points hack. It's not Amtrak's not that cheap unless you're willing to just sit in the seat hour after hour. Like, I mean, I don't have the constitution for that anymore. So it's really cool. All these hacks that go with it, but I got it for 10,800. That's what I posted my success. Like a little video of it. But it's 30,000 points, which is like, how much for that? It's kind of like about, I think it's like somewhere about $2,000 worth of train tickets, which is crazy.
Wow.
And they sent out all these, but Amtrak's points are like the most valuable. But here's why you never hear about them. They don't have a affiliate link. You know what I mean? Like somebody's doing a video on YouTube, the credit card, blah, 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 hit the link, They don't do that. And so because they don't do that, nobody talks about it except for like trade freaks who are like, oh my God, we just doubled our trade. We triple, quadrupled our trading. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay. But sometimes, I was just up in Lakeland. I've driven by it on the train, but I did the pickup in Lakeland, and it's so pretty. It's really pretty. It's sort of, instead of going to Tampa, just up through every highway, it's like, okay, go over the country a little bit and go up and like to Lakeland. It was pretty, so I don't know. That little guy's cute, so we're definitely headed about there at some point. So anyway, or he's coming down again, or blah blah blah. So it's kind of a fun little trick to take Amtrak. You don't change trains or anything,
right?
So it's just you go up the coast, so you're in North Carolina. So that's if it because trains could be kind of expensive. You sign up for these deals, and then the credit card gives you deals. It also has like multiple. This is crazy, actually. It has. We can watch a video about it. Anybody that's interested, but it's also like once a year, a companion pass is like $250 off if somebody goes with you, basically. So that's enough. They have all these things. It's pretty cool. So I was looking like you could take a bike on Amtrak too. So you could. If you live near a station, you could like go to another city, have a night or two in a hotel, and like bring a bike and just check out because it's kind of like downtown and downtown. Trains are ways to see cities pretty, and the country too. But I'm just saying. Anyway, that's where I got it, and then I got approved. Like, bing! I was like, oh right. I'd taken the train up there myself and ridden the sleeper and slept, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, look at all these cool places in back Florida, and everything is really where the train tracks are cool places. So if you're into that, kind of see it, because train tracks go down first for sure. So it's all the old cool parts of town or totally neglected old parts. One of the two.
Yeah.
which can be really neat. Florida has a lot of cool stuff.
Well, I did the Eurail pass around Europe when I, of course, in college. I did that whole backpacking train thing, which is awesome. They've got a great system over there. And then, but the coolest thing I did with my kids was the one time there was a snowstorm or whatever it was, a big giant snowstorm, and they said, oh, you know, the roads were closed and everybody was having trouble getting around. They said, so the rail lines are working, so it's free rides for the next 3 days. So I
No,
said, what am I
wow.
going to do with these kids? I had 5 little kids. I wasn't going to go into the city, but I went 3 towns over and 1 block away from the train station. I knew there was a pizzeria. So we rode the train, went to a pizzeria, then got back on the train and came home, and they were floored. But I was like, free tickets. Come on, we're getting on the train.
Yeah,
So yeah, we just went a couple towns away, got off, got pizza, and came back. It was funny.
it's
So
like
yeah, it could be fun.
old school Tesla full self-driving. You know what I mean? You're like, it's going to get there. We're not going to run into anything. So you're just sitting there, and they feed you and stuff. It's good. It is also, is by far the cheapest way to go anywhere. If you can sit in a seat, like coach is so cheap if they're going to where you want to go, and they check ginormous amounts of baggage for free. So,
all right. Well, our friend has logged in. He's backstage, so we'll have him up and let him say hello, and then he can pronounce his name for us. How are you, sir?
Hey, greetings. How are you guys doing?
Doing just fine, thank you.
Feed the banksters, same old over here. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. My name is Yakinen.
Yakinen. Pretty close. I got pretty close. I didn't get it right by better than some, probably.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for the information that you've put out. I've been following your work for quite some time now. I have been operating the very way that you kind of share to everyone how to operate. The only thing that I am missing is how to properly set up the account at the bank where the funds are special deposit. A lot of times I think when you're doing banking and things like that, and I've seen a testimony where it appears that one of the students was able to set up everything to where the funds were not being deposed into the general funds, but it was more of a special deposit. And so it was no.
It's none of that nonsense. I've never heard of that. Just
Okay.
money goes to the bank account when it comes out, just like any other bank account. I don't know anything about that, man.
Yeah, my bank treats it like a business account.
Yeah, it's just like any account at the bank. There's no difference. It's just, think of it this way: banks have bank accounts, right? And they say when they say, they're kind of loaded questions, but I read them like this: do you want a business account or a personal account? That's all they really have, basically, and they have tiers of them. And they might have a corporate account or something for a certain amount of money or something like that. They might have that, which means what? These are the fees, and these are how many checks, and this is how many, this is their services they provide and the fees that they cost for each tier. That's all the only meaning is. It pertains to services that the bank provides. Because you see what I'm saying? Here's the thing that flips in people's mind. You know what I'm saying? They think their interaction with the bank has some weighted something. You know what I mean? It doesn't. The IRS gives you the EIN. You're good to go everywhere. You see what I'm saying? But people have some trepidation because, only the people that have been out there hunting on the savannah and maybe kill some way are like, oh, let me get, you know what I mean? Like they're out there fighting the system, in some way, and have had some success. And, so they're taking all these preconceptions to this work that are basically out there as traps. You know what I mean? Proofless
Okay.
traps, because here's the thing to look for, because we've never seen this until I've done this work. It just wasn't out there, because humans, real humans, this is what they do when they're fighting the system and they win. They go like this. Oh my God, look what I did. You know what I mean? They have the proof. They're like, man, I got I got rid of my thing on my credit account. Whatever they're trying to do, look, I got my EBT card, whatever it is. They're like, look, you know what I mean? And they go, this is how I got it. They don't say, hey, here's how you do it. No, they show the proof. And without the first step, it's just some con game, man. Because that's a human nature of somebody with a good heart who actually
Right.
cares about somebody, because that's the only reason you're making a video, right? You care about somebody besides yourself. So you're like,
Right.
hey, look, hey, it did work. I saw this thing. Look, people, that's someone who cares. Someone who doesn't care is like, oh man, they can spin a tail. You know what I mean? The spiders can weave a web of tails, and they don't have any proof. So we have all that we had to come through to get to this, So we had that rattling around up there. But here's the thing. The IRS gives a designation, and that's it. It's over after that. The bank is just like, let me see your EIN. And they're checking they're checking your language, whatever, because they know you hit the Holy Grail. They just don't know. They want to make sure you know it. And so they may engage you. They may keep it like wide open, like, are you going to say anything? That's why I say when you go in there, just be like, oh, is that I have a child, like talk about something else. You're so bored with saying, well, here's another trust, whatever, Hey, how you doing? You're talking about other things. Like this is they're like, oh, okay, they're fine. They know what's up. Or yes, okay. So you see, they're trying to mind trap you into rebutting yourself and removing you from that room and not letting you have the solution, you not doing it. You see what I'm saying? That's why I try to train people to get in that room and be like, here's the paperwork. They're like, you in a business? I got a personal guy. I tell people in my training and stuff, for example, just to get on to what we're saying. What? No, it's just this firm, my family, my children. What? It's for my children. And like family, personal? Yeah, personal. I'm really a business. What? Kind of answer like that, like you're done, like, and they're like, oh, cool, dummy, good. All right, dummy, out you go. It's like, thanks, dummy. That's the way to play it for real. Let their ego have the space, and there's no problems, and just give me the bank account. Toodaloo. Bye. I'm off to my next account. Smooth, wave free. Got the checks and debit card, and off we go. Bye. Because this is a mental game within yourself you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? But in the bank, it's just, hi, here, like bored, bye. You keep it like that. And once you're fully trained through the courses and stuff like that, that's what people do. They just go in there and they whatever is happening internally, keep it there.
Right.
Then you're at the door, you got your account for the trust and a debit card, and you made it, and you're happy. So, you kind of go through
Which
this.
bank did you go to? Which bank did you go to?
I've had my account set up with Wells Fargo since 2016.
Okay.
So, what I was interested in, I was going through some of the testimonials from one of the students. I think this testimonial was produced about 6 years ago. And I was really amazed at what he had shared. He shared 3 of his accounts, and he explained each one of them and how they were set up. Mm-hmm. And he had one that was like a tithing account. He had another one that was his mastery trust that was called Son of God. And then there was another trust that he had, which was his SPC account. And he said out of all 3 of those accounts, he said it was the Son of God account that the bank could not even touch his funds. And I was like, this is amazing, because he showed where the funds, he showed where there was one balance, I guess, where the funds had come out. And then he showed another balance where the funds just mysteriously came back or went back into his account. And I was like, what in the world?
That's yeah, no, it's a great one. I love that one. I loved helping him through it and talking to him on the phone about it and everything. They were like, ah! They were so happy. I was like, can you make testimony? That was after he come down from it, because they're like, ah! Because they can't be on fire. Like, we did all these processes. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, don't worry, you made it. And then, that's a great crew.
That to me, I think, is probably one of the best testimonials that I've seen, because if people understand how critical it is to master your commercial affairs, that was true mastery for me to see demonstrated. Because once you have that set up and established, then you can actually establish your business credit and using all of your other credit cards and things like that. And you don't have so much to really worry about with regards to kind of sustaining everything. Now you can actually truly grow your wealth. And that's what it showed me. It's like, once you have that set up the way it is, then you can start growing wealth by creating your businesses and doing business and really expressing your ministry in terms of your purpose and why we're all put on this earth, which is to uplift humanity, which is what Jack has been doing. So that was a question that I had. And it's one of the reasons why I want to kind of take a look at some of the other courses and things that you have, because that's the part that I have not reached, even though I've been doing business for so long with the banks. With the account, I haven't had that experience. So,
yeah, my joke is, I had everybody at the bottom shock. We were working our way up. Here's the money. And then it's like, hey, what's the rest of that stuff you do? And I'm like, oh yeah, come on over. There's more money. There's more money from the government, and then there's the spiritual side to it. So the deeper you go, it's actually all just the same thing. It's not complicated, like you say. It's a spiritual thing behind the money thing. They're woven together the way they've done them. They did it on their side, making it so we could do it on our side. I'm just the first one that got fully figured it out, used it, and then I open the loophole, and then I close it with a copyright. You know what I'm saying? So because if you don't 100% understand, and you're in the spiritual hierarchy, it actually are the one that can do it. If you can't answer every question for everybody, ultimately you're going to put people in precarious positions financially. That's not good. I've had every question come to me. I can answer any question. I'm trained MBA, Master's of Accounting. Nothing I'm faking, and I'm doing all this longer than anyone. You know what I mean? Because I did it first. So I'm never, not doing something 100% practical. And the good news is, somehow, obviously God help me, I've never changed the trust, really. Like, everything else I see out there is a more complicated system of, something. Like,
right.
A good accountant is like, okay, here's a system. Here's how you take out all that and make it into one thing. Another analogy is, a great acupuncturist is like one needle, boom, not 50, and still get the best outcome. So that's what this trust has. It starts with that, and that's what allows the rest of it, outside of it, because I've done it all. Now other people are doing it, but this is the central core item that has to be done, because it's one or the other. There's no sovereignty. If that's involved in some way, it's like, nah. you're under the we trust, or you can sign with God. They prove that, and that's all life is. Actually, there's nothing outside of that. So if you can get to that core principle, which it seems like you're pretty close to and have an understanding of, then you can always make your decisions from that correctly. It's not actually very complicated after a while.
Well, John, I appreciate you kind of expounding on that a little bit. I've been wanting to have a conversation with you. I appreciate Tim for opening up the opportunity to be able to ask questions and getting some answers. So
Hey,
I appreciate.
I want to switch on Mondays. Look for this at some point, weeks or whatever. It takes us a while to get things done. I want to turn Mondays into a membership thing where we actually do stuff only. So look for that, because
Okay.
you and some other whole bunch of other people doing this a long time really need to just do okay on this box, do this, and this is why. Let's get some credit. Let's do things only one night a week. So look for that, because I hear you're kind of like need the practical stuff. So but dude, get in the courses. There's no material like mine. There just isn't. And you'd be supporting, continuing this work
Absolutely, which is very important.
until we take the whole kingdom back.
Well, it's definitely important, especially in this day and time. It's sad that a lot of people are not aware of what's really going on. There's always two sides to every coin. And so you've happened to master the side that most people are not privy to in this lifetime. So,
Three sides to a coin.
oh, that's right. The outer rim.
Right? That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. There's more advanced all the time, and so we're here supporting each other doing this. It's a wonderful thing. Get in the classroom and see what's going on in there. The people in there, the people that are like, where are the people doing this? That's what that's the work out here. If you're doing this for real, it's like you're in your individual foxhole. You're like, I'll get them all. It's like, but then it's like, is that somebody else? Oh, hey, how are you? There's no groups of us, So this is a way to come together and, with, hey, my homies are in here. Yes. How there's certain people that are in there and are just like, giving their 2 cents, because I only live at one location. A whole bunch of other people live in all these other places. And so all these other hacks are possible there. So it's really great to have a core community that's hardworking. Is like, guess what I did? And show pictures of the outcome. It's like, everybody's salivating. It's like, how did you do? Oh, proof. And I hold that standard in there. And so the people that show up are really top notch, like yourself, man. It's great.
awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys, and have a great rest of the broadcast. Yes,
Thanks
absolutely.
man. Thanks for
Very
coming.
good.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a good one. Excellent.
Oh, that was great. Thanks
All
for
right.
saying bye. Wow.
Annie's up. She's got as a trustee for a trust, does it have to be your legal name, or can you use a preferred name?
Well, here's the thing.
Legal.
Yeah, all right. You really want to make this naming a trust isn't about your feelings. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, it's not about that. It's about making use of the trust as easy as possible.
Mhm.
That's all, right? That's what we're trying to do here. So you have ID for that legal name. So when the bank goes, oh, what's the name of your trust? And you say, it's just a personal account for my children, they would expect it to be first last name trust. Some lawyer would just do that. And so here's what you come in with. I haven't seen it like that, but no, first last name. Okay. It's like, is this a personal or business? You're like, what is my personal? They don't even ask it usually when you have that. You see? You're like, you probably don't hear that question. So the naming of it is about that piece of plastic that they tag you with, that they want to see. So it's like, here's your thing. Look, see, matchy, matchy, haha, and that's it. That's why it's not. I didn't name it Jack McCaig Trust. You see, like, and I call myself John now, out there in public, just like, hey, look, I'm a person, haha, just what? Before I was like, get this thing off of me, But now it's like, oh, I have a shield. It's a plastic shield. Here's your thing. You see. So you use that programming that you don't want on you. You're like, hey, wait a sec. I'm going to make this thing work for me. Okay. You see? So it's like flipping it around like that. It's a mental change that you make. It's like, let me just turn the tables. Oh, okay. I'm breathing better. You see, that's what it's for. Okay.
Lee's here, says, hey, friends. Tigeen, also here.
Yeah.
Hello, trustees and soon to be trustees.
You're the best, man. Oh,
Lee wants to know how long you're running the special for, Jack.
just tonight.
Expiring soon. Don't waste time. Have at
No,
it.
yeah, and like remember, you could in the checkout you do payments.
Yes. Get the collect the discount and stretch it out if you got to. Making it easy. Lee said, I had a girl the other day tell me this. My non-bar lawyer recommended her doing some different things with a 501 because the IRS has hired additional agents with QQ. So
Yeah.
those 87,000 agents that Biden wanted to hire never happened. So I don't know how many agents.
This happens. I've seen this pattern over the years. I mean, if you're just about to get this trust, you will have heard almost these exact sentences from somewhere in your life. It's comical how like automatic the response of the Hive is and word for word. It's actually quite strange, honestly. Led me to believe, like, what? You guys don't even have new sentences. That's actually weird, That's weird.
The additional agents are looking to make a spectacle of the rebels.
That's the thing. That's the thing. They know you're they know you're on the fence, and you're like, don't let that one switch teams. She's going to be a problem for us. They're like, push her back in. Lee's like, well, no. Once I get the money, I don't care what you say. So no, it's good. We know you're coming. When we're here when you're ready, Lee. If it's tonight, great. But they got a lot of. That's what I was saying to that really great guy that called in. He was. We were talking about proof. You see what I'm saying? Like they have mind control because they programmed us since birth. So they're like, stick that they needle us, like watch this acupuncture. It's like send in some agents and make her say some creepy, scary things and see if you can get her back over here, It's actually that's what I'm saying. It's so strange that's like almost everyone experiences that. That's weird. Hey, Hive, watching me tonight. I know the throng. Come on, this game's no fun anymore. Really, get it together. We win so easy now. Anyway, it's annoying to hear that, but that's the way they give compliments, which is they're bad at it. Let's just say they're at least bad at it. They're horrible, terrible, but that's the way they compliment. Hey. Oh man, she's leaving.
Yeah.
Pick up your tab. No, what I already paid. Wait, no, get her back in here.
The only spectacle is you keeping your money.
No, it's the mind control is a heavy thing, and that's how they had us. And you're exiting that into taking the money, and I don't like I like honest people and somebody go over to God's team and we'll just bye. It's good to leave them behind. They're like, you guys really. I wish I kind of wasn't on your team ever, actually. So that's what they do at the end. That's how they kind of like throw a party. Let's do what we've always done. Grab, bye. A watch or something, maybe some drinking. It would have been better for retirement. Bye. They don't do anything else though, so it's like weird to watch the pattern. You're like, man, like try again. She's leaving.
I think I asked you last show about the license tags, but you're saying when you're driving around or whatever, you have your trust papers with you, and then you can show the trust papers to an officer or to somebody else to do stuff. It's not a sovereign citizen. I mean, I just want to clarify that.
No, no, it's none of that. It's the power of God is more powerful than the power of, the other shadow team,
right?
The characters. And so that's actually what everything boils down to. And they get it. And if you get it, they don't want any video of anything that will, show that they're powerless. It's gotten to that because I'm training everyone. If you ever interact with them, just one thing. Don't and practice. I say practice. Just if you see, please, the old one thing. Pull up your phone, turn on the camera, and start to nothing else. Nothing else. You have to say nothing. Don't remember to say anything. Just whoop, and you're with the trust. And I mean, I've done that, and it just like the turn around on the film, and I put that up on YouTube a few times, and of course it gets taken down. But I'm just saying, like they're like, oh, they know what's up,
right?
No idea. Like it's really until the years pass, so you really get to the point where you're just watching it occur so much and noticing the patterns, and you're just like, this is really something over here, because it's new to us. It's new information that when it's not new, when it's like you start to, see things from the real standpoint is, where they have seen things and so on. And why hide? Why lie? Why be so scared of us? Obviously, we're very powerful and they're very weak, obviously. And they understand that. So they like keep power by having knowledge we don't have. So I give out all the knowledge and you don't have it anymore. So, and that empowers people after they process it, come through it, and they come to the other side. And so they, and if they can't touch you because you're under this trust, and they literally have tried with me, and I couldn't get I had it in my top pocket in court, like just the top of my phone poking out of like a shirt here, and it was on. I like turned on. I was like, oh God. Like, because it's like no filming. And I was just like, oh, but it was so annoying. But they literally get frozen in place. I've experienced it and I've had it told to me, before. So I was like, hey, let me cause this, and that's why I did 16 court cases at once, to prove that we're totally outside their jurisdiction. Even touching is outside to that level. So if you know that, and you're driving around in a vehicle is paid for and it's under, it's titled with the trust, and you're just driving along, watch it out, and nothing's happening,
Right.
Do they really want to risk pulling you over and get that video? Do they want to, like, what's the benefit to them? $30, $90, $200? It's not enough to risk it. So, and especially Mike is out there on a fact-finding mission, practicing, you know what I mean? So that's why he's doing it, and they know. Because, honestly, 1984 is right. Big Brother knows there's nothing you will hide from Big Brother, and just accept that. And then be like, oh, really? And then you realize you are much more powerful than them. They can't generate anything outside the script, but we actually have sort of, I would say, in a way, the power of God in that we can create outside the script per se, and they're concerned about that, we can find work or practical, we could like necessity is the mother of invention. So we tend to come up with practical answers to things like, hey, let me film you and show you that you're powerless. And like, oh, wait, that would make it so every country, we'd lose. It's like, that's what they're not willing to risk, is why it works, in my opinion, of what we're seeing. And that Mike has proven, because this is obviously a pre-planned fact-finding mission. So, that kind of work that I do. I've on Jesus Christ Trust on Net, and I don't do it over here, but I talk about what you're talking about, but that's, work I do over there. It's like for God, a church. This is through, right, this Christian loophole. So I'm over there working for God, And that's someone who's over there working with it, Mike, who's doing that. I'm not. I'm just providing guidance based on my own experience, definitely, mostly, but also a lot of people. I haven't chosen to do the no tag and all that, but other people have, and I've learned a lot from it.
Yeah.
He's just in a financial position where it makes sense, so it's actually practical. He's like, no, I want to do this. Makes I can't pay the bill anyway, so let me just try and gather info. I'm like, oh man, that would be great. I'm like, thank you. So, and I think that's what's different about this work that we're doing. Like, when people care enough to save proof and information for other people, and that's what makes our classroom and our online forum and our YouTube channel and everything just blow people's mind, like we just were hearing about, because of everyone that does this work. Yeah, my stuff's cool, that got it, people interested in it, but now, like on and on the list, everybody who said hi tonight, everyone, I will leave anyone out. All you individuals are amazing, and then just the list is so long. So we're sort of gathering the snowballs, like taking on some weight, and once in a while somebody will come along and it's like, you know, like Greyhound, like Kimberly Billy. And I was like, man, look at her cow. And it sort of revives everybody who's out there in their individual foxholes doing it. We're like, oh, because you hit the forum, you're like, man, look at all this cool stuff. Everybody's doing stuff. So it's great like that. It really is. People, you should join up. I think tonight, we can help you. Like everyone's saying, it's been wonderful. Uh, I don't know, long answer, but that was a good question. I mean, I can overdo it talking about it, but it's really, I try and get it down to the principle of why things work, so that if you
Right.
understand the principle, it's like, how can I apply that somewhere else? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because it doesn't just apply in one place. It's like this trust for that principle does so many things. So be creative. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Really, not
Yeah.
much. Nothing really. Nothing bad can happen. So try things.
Beautiful. I love it. Yeah, we still have a dozen people in the room. If you've got any questions, any burning issues that you want to take care of, just ask your question and we'll have at it.
I got a couple other things too. Right, name of the show, sale, a couple more hours. Should I come on, get on the team already? Of the nobody in the government, and everything now goes to my family. You quit stealing for me, yay! Get on the team. I got another credit card too. I'm gonna put out proof tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to do it, but I got the email. HSBC personal credit card.
Oh,
Yes, yeah. So that was so difficult, man. I can't even tell people how difficult that was. I've been working for.
did you start on that before you went to India, right?
Oh yeah, long, long, long time before that. Yeah. Then I had then I had been denied completely after getting a personal, like, checking account. You have to do that first online. Anyway, it's just a lot. I'm trying to get in and then go to Miami and open up a trust account. You know what I mean? Like, hey, hi, how you doing? Uh, I'm with you. And then just see if I can make it work. Then I'm
Right.
international, and then you
Right.
know then of course, first thing is like, hey, can you get me the Saudis? All right. No. I don't know what to know. We're just kidding. No. Anybody not want to pay the US taxes out there in any other country anywhere ever? Hey, give me China. That place looks pretty grand spanking new. How you doing, Chairman?
All those guys aren't using the dollar anymore anyway. So,
No, yeah. No, the system was hacked, right?
mm,
It's kind of the old system. The dinosaurs, like, uh, it's pretty. I mean, why it's happening is really. I get into that on
yeah.
Sundays, but it's an economic war, and if you not watching videos on, like, I've said this a couple times recently, but just go watch on YouTube, Canton, Canton, China, right? Fair, right? Where's the fairies of the fair, right? 2024. They have everything. It's like, game is over. You should go look and make your plans accordingly.
Kimberly has a question. If a person was illegally abducted as a child and their name and mother's name was changed and they changed the child's name, was changed twice to hide them. A social security number was given under those false records. Can that person raise that in court and get a new social security number or sue?
I think that's more of an administrative thing, actually. I don't think court. First of all, nobody wins a court. Court is useless,
Yeah.
except for it just is, except for to waste, the other person's money and time, as a tactic, for a reason that makes sense, not just any old time. Court only makes sense, and when you could do it for free on your side, and they can't, they have to spend a lot of money. That's what I do. So, but other than that, it's not a place to go do something like that. What you're describing is an administrative issue, actually. You know what I'm saying? Think about, you know, the Social Security office. They're trying to tag the goats out there that they own. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, the livestock, the chattel. Don't say cattle, say chattel. Okay, chattel. Like the talk. It sounds funner. Okay, um, you know, their marketing team. They're yeah, they're like that. Yeah.
Tagain asking with property in a trust, are the codes enforceable? Just curious if they have any jurisdiction over the property once it's transferred into a trust. Interesting.
Well, that's the edge of the cutting edge of the razor's edge at this point, cutting the wheat out there. What we were talking about with the tags on the car and the other work, this sort of the work that does this, like on Jesus Christ Trust on that. Like there's a free home course over there, discourse is not on Liberty Aid Academy. If you're really interested in that ability to have physical property left alone and make it so they remain outside of it, that's the only frontier left, honestly. And only parts of it aren't figured out. Like foreclosure is 100% figured out, but that's figured out for years. That's completely figured out, that they can't come and get a place that you're linked to. You should look into the foreclosure course on that, to do what you're saying. So but taking like a bankster's own home and doing it there, that's kind of what we're working on, have been for years, not stopping ever, but not here at Liberty Aid Academy. So don't worry about it. But, over there at the Skunk Works. So there's different levels to it, but that's a good core, issue. And the way that you prevent that from happening is knowledge. You know what I mean? If you have the tools to make it so that can happen, and that's what we teach. So there's is situations where, yeah, that's 100% figured out. Go study like the foreclosure success course, kind of recent one. Go look into that. If you're really into, like their property is someone that hasn't been completely 100% solved, still over at Jesus Christ Trust on that as freehold. So good core issue. And I think really I consider this whole situation where we all find ourselves involved in a turf war. So I think that's a very important question that you asked tonight and where my heart is. So thank you for that question.
Excellent. Alex in the house. And he says, yes, that's great. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And yes, Alex was loving it. Excellent. Got nothing else there. Anything else on the announcement front?
I got some more practical credit card stuff up here. Hey, every time I go live, and I mean every time I give away information that's pretty much never been given away, every single time, people you should show up and come to the show. Come on, for real. So, okay, I've been working on that hack to get like John McCaig Trust his credit profile, but I've been trying not to get net 30 accounts first. And so I did, a couple Amex, and I very recently had success with Capital One. Hasn't reported yet, is what I found out today. I was like, well, it's 2 weeks since the statement closed. It's supposed to report to the person. It hasn't. I was like, that's weird. So maybe it's reported to the business, but I don't have a business report. So I went ahead and paid for NAV for 1 month. It was $50. I was like, let me see if there's anything out there, And I've been working on, creating this profile, trying to do it without the net 30s. And so today I was like, there is no profile out there actually on that Nav could find, which pulls us in from info from I think it's Experian or Equifax, is I can't remember which one right now. But I was
What
like,
did you say? What's NAV?
Nav is another service, like it's a spider service of like Dun& Bradstreet and another thing. It like consolidates your personal and your business credit reports in one place for one fee. And it's daily up to date. So it's part of like building credit is to have NAV. Also, NAV Prime is a service. And so getting NAV that monthly $49, like $50 will report to your credit report, helping your credit report build.
Right.
And they also have NAV Prime with some credit thing they could give. So you could have 2 reporting accounts with that $50 every month, basically, I think. So anyway, I'm testing that too to see if that works properly as it should. But so I was like, man, there's no credit profile. And I was like, oh. So then I went to Dun & Bradstreet, and I was like, I wonder if I'm up over there, the stress. And that it is. It is over there. Has a DUNS number and everything. So, I got 2 charge cards, 2 credit cards from Amex, 1 credit card from Capital One for that trust, and still no credit profile on NAV for it, but I guess it does. See, because different credit cards report differently, credit report is so like that. So I'm going by what's the easiest credit card to get, and
Right.
that and track, how easily you can make a credit card. Because my goal as an accountant is always the same. How can I accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish in the fewest steps with the least amount of money and time?
Yeah.
That's the only thing on my mind. Efficiency is on my mind all the time.
Right.
And turning that efficiency into your efficiency. I'm an accountant. What? Like, how do you think I think? That's how I think, That's what made me get to it. Like, how do I get to the end of this, And so that's what I'm always trying to do. And that's what I want to turn Mondays into, like this kind of a deep discussion in these details, and then a filling out of a form as we do it, and sharing the page. This goes in there, that goes in there, follow along. Here we go. Oh, success. Yay.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. Like that. I want to do that. So that's why I was kind of deep diving into some of the things that I'm doing. Okay. So keep it practical and keep your mind in what I'm kind of moving to if anybody's interested.
Leah's asking is a FOIA an important document for privacy purposes?
Those are fake. But like your question was about, there's a second part I want to say about your Social Security question. Did you have that? No, that was Kimberly. That was Kimberly, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the mother and child whose names were changed and got a
Yeah, that was Kimberly. Let me actually finish something with that.
Sure.
So practically, okay, Kimberly, you would go to the Social Security office to say this happened. You see what I'm saying? And you would say, and they have agents and stuff there. They would have sorted out. Won't cost you no money. That's the government. And they would help you work through that process and solve that for free. No court, no money, nothing like that. You go and they would help you. That's their job, actually. And that kind of stuff, that's what they're there for. They deal with humans every day. So I meant to say that at the end. So keep it practical. Sorry.
Here she says, if anyone's in the Palm Bay, Melbourne, Florida area, I'm a notary now. And in July, I'll be able to do online services, which will be free, or any donations from my Liberty Aid Academy family.
That's
There you
awesome.
go.
That's mucho appreciated.
Way to give back.
If you have a way to do that actually online as an online notary, email us and inform Tammy about that, please, Kimberly.
Yeah.
We would like to, be in the same work.
It looks like July she'll be able to do online services.
So email Tammy if that works out, so people can use it, please. That sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're really something. You're great to have along. I mean, yeah, let's keep working together. However, wonderful. And everyone else, there she is.
And then Lee says, "Congratulations, Kim," and that's awesome, sister. Very good.
Isn't it? That's fantastic.
And she'll get hold of Tammy. Very good. Ooh, online. Alex likes it too.
All right, listen, people. We got famous star on as usual, Tim, and he's got another show to do. This guy's running the circuit, so we're gonna let him go soon. If you have any final questions and so on, I'm giving you a hard time, but no, he does run a bunch of shows actually, and he has to go. So try to make it funny, but he does. Yeah. So anything on your mind, people, before we duck out of here? And listen, tonight only sale, get 20% off. If you have to check out and do payments, I mean, you'll be making money and lessening your expenses along the way. Yep. It'll work out even. I mean, what are you doing? Who does this? Only we do.
The next show is Monday at noon. We'll be good to go for Monday. That's July 1st. You gonna be ready?
That's exciting. I'm ready. Makes you think maybe there's another trust out there, huh? July 4th is a big one for the other team. Let's make it a big one for us. I'll sign up. Come on.
And so then I'm going to say that July 4th, we're going to take that Thursday night off. July 4th is Thursday night.
It is. It's Thursday. Oh, it is.
So everybody should head for the beach and look for some fireworks.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So we'll be here Monday, and then Thursday, everybody else should find a drum circle, watch the sunset. Wait for fireworks.
Oh my goodness, huh? It's beautiful out there, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, and tonight get the trust. It's discounted. Lee, come on board, or anyone else.
Yep, thank you. Dee Dee says thank you. Does the 20% include supplementary programs? That's off the bundle, right?
Yeah,
that's got
that's every course we have.
Yeah.
If you're already I think you already have the trust. If you already have the trust in some format, we have a discount for you, much past that. And you would just email Tammy, contact@libertyaidacademy.org. Be like, hey, I'm a previous student. How do I get in all the classes? What's the discount? It's cheaper if you make a video testimonial, but it's still affordable. So look into that. All right.
And Alex says, anytime I hear notary, I think security interest, a UCC word for money.
Money. Oh, that's interesting. So, wow. So maybe it is their God, huh? Money.
He wants to head to the water. Go Gators, beat Miami. There you go.
Florida.
All right.
Central Florida talk. We're going to get them this time. Miami. All right. Thanks for being here, everyone. Tim, thanks for being here. Monday, we'll see you then. All right. Everyone
Monday at noon. Have a good weekend. Thank you.